Montreal Canadiens are proud to select Ivan Demidov.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Curfew Boys Podcast. Myself, Sammy, with my boy Zook for now.
Hey now
for now. I meant to do that. It rhymed, right? So I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. No, I say that because right now it's you and I, Zook, but we may have surprise visits from Anthony and my cousin Chris. Nothing confirmed yet, but in case their faces, their ugly mugs do show up out of nowhere, we are not all caught by surprise. So thank you all for tuning in. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in to this brand new episode on YouTube. Thank you so much. If you like what you see and what you hear, please click like and subscribe. Share with your friends. It is absolutely free. All our episodes available on audio platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Please leave an honest rating and review. It's the only way we can feel the love. This episode of the Curfew Boys is sponsored by Zook's dog barking in the background. I'm just kidding. Sponsored by Habs Cave. To our boy Sunil once again. You all know his name and his story. The most inspiring Habs Cave or man cave for any Habs fan out there. Give Sunil, our boy, a follow on Instagram. Just simply type in Habs Cave and you'll know it when you see it. The best content for Habs, Montreal Canadiens memorabilia. He's the guy to go see. You will obviously know who he is once you see it. So go follow Habs Cave on Instagram. A big shout out and thank you to our boy Sunil from Habs Cave. And last but not least, Mike's Barbecue Rub. My buddy Mike in RDP, he's got his own company that creates his own barbecue spices for your barbecue season. It's been hot the last 24, 48 hours in Montreal. It's barbecue season if that's what you love doing. Barbecue spice rub for things like meat, fish, vegetables. If it can be grilled, it can be used with that barbecue spice rub. He also uses that same old barbecue spice for his kettle chips, which are absolutely amazing. A nice glass of cold beer with those chips and meat on the grill. You want to go to mikesbarbecuerub.com for any other information out there. Visit mikesbarbecuerub.com and even give him a follow on Instagram at mikesbarbecuerub. Folks, when you use Mike's Barbecue Rub, never forget to rub your meat. And Zook, it's been quite a crazy I think a couple of days after the Florida Panthers celebrated their Stanley Cup victory, social media has been booming with all kinds of videos of them partying and just Brad Marchand just getting fucking wasted in the clubs, buying jerseys off a fan, Matthew Tkachuk just downing the fucking sauce off that Stanley Cup, Sam Bennett pulling the famous Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not fucking leaving. I don't know if you saw that, but it's been all over. So he's making a bit of an announcement. Nothing official yet, but saying I don't know either. But this free agent season is upon us soon enough.
I've said it all my life as being a hockey fan. Who would want to leave Florida? Seriously.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ever. Even when they were dead last, it was still an ideal destination to play. You know what I mean? And now that they have a winning team, a winning culture, a winning everything, why would you want to leave it?
Well,
look at Marchand. He doesn't want to retire anymore. He wants to stay there. Yeah, everyone was saying, it's last year. He's going to go to the playoffs, try to win it. And
how can
he ain't retiring? Exactly. So
how can you? But again, where is he going to end up?
Yeah.
Where's Sam Bennett says that. Is he going back? Is it official? Or are they just waiting for these last couple of days before July 1st? There's Aaron Ekblad, too. Their number one overall pick on defense.
What do you think is going to happen? Do you think they're going to move some players? Or they don't really have to. But they could literally sign those players.
So here's where the direction we're going to go on this episode. This episode is really about what the hell are Kent Hughes and Jeff Gordon going to do? We're almost 48 hours away at the 2025 NHL entry draft in Los Angeles.
Wow.
We have the 16th and the 17th overall pick.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here at the Curfew Boys, we're you and I, and if Chris and Anthony join, we're just going to have fun and we're going to discuss. We're going to come up with out of these world scenarios and trades, especially if Anthony joins us. But we're really going to try to speculate as best as possible because we don't know what the heck they're going to do. Are they drafting? Are they Are they trading both picks, drafting with one pick, trading the other? There's so many rumors that are circulating slowly as the draft day approaches. There's been so many trades that happen within the last 48 hours that leave you to speculate, okay, what are these teams doing? Is Montreal able to pull more or less a same type of trade? And if you look of the type of players that have been traded, it's practically centermen. Mason Marchment, Trevor Zegras, Evander Kane's not a centerman, but, you get the idea.
Right.
So, it's just Ryan Poehling in the Trevor Zegras trade. You know what I mean? There's who else was it? Ryan Donato from Chicago. You know what I mean? So, I want to start with this. I have no freaking clue what this fucking management is gonna do.
And it's okay. They know.
Fun. Oh, I'm sure they know.
Yeah,
Dude, they're covering all angles, man. Come on, they're not stupid.
No, they are, and can't even said it themselves, right? Everything's on the table. He said it. When was it? He said it towards the end of the season, I imagine. Every option is on the table, right? But it depends. I don't want him to force any sort of trade.
Yeah.
And if history repeats itself, he's going to draft. He's going to use those drafts. He drafts well.
Yeah, I just want to correct myself. Not Joseph Valeno, sorry, from Chicago that got traded. But he's a centerman. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, of course.
So I just got mixed up. So I just want to correct myself before.
No, that's a great observation. I didn't think about that. Yeah, that they're all centermen. So you could definitely see the wins. Where they're heading.
1,000%.
Yeah.
To me, that Mason Marchment trade. So I think the general feeling amongst the entire Montreal Canadiens fan base and even within the Montreal Canadiens organization is we need a second line center. I want to believe Michael Hage could be that centerman.
I don't believe it. I know it.
But we're still going to have to wait. So who's going to fill in that spot in the meantime? And to me, I want to believe Kirby Dach could do it, but I just think he's a much better player on the wing than at center.
We may have to see Kirby Dach at center before H comes in.
Is that the plan?
Well, how many years does he have left?
1 year left.
There you go.
That's exact. There's another player that has 1 year left that we're going to talk about later.
It falls in its place. It falls in place for H.
It kind of does.
Unless
but I still think you can't go into the season without trying. They have to try. They have to try to find someone. Now, to me, that Mason Marchment deal, who was practically a second line centerman for the Dallas Stars, got traded to Seattle for a 2025 fourth round pick and a 2026 third round pick. Trevor Zegras got traded to Philly for Ryan Poehling. And what are the other two? Picks here? There was a 2025 second round pick and a 2026 fourth round pick. Not even a first round pick was thrown in there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to me,
that's insane. I'm sorry to say.
Oh my God!
That's insane. Because a year before, what were they asking the Montreal Canadiens for? The world.
Oh. Okay, so it's crazy, dude. I'm so glad you mentioned that. It's crazy to think that the Canadiens had Logan Mailloux and a first-round pick
what a mistake that would have been.
Ready for Zegras. Yeah. And then they got Demidov, and they got the trade for the pick for Hage, and they're like, no. So thank God they pulled it. I mean, personally, I wouldn't mind seeing Trevor Zegras to the Canadiens playing with his best friend Cole Caulfield and being coached under Marty. I would have loved it. But, Pat Verbeek in Anaheim, he's pretty good too. And I think... And right now in Philly, don't kid yourself. Trevor Zegras cannot hide in Philly. Philly is a very good hockey market in the States outside of New York and Boston, maybe even Detroit and Chicago. Philly is up there too. Trevor Zegras is gonna have, and he cannot hide. He can't hide like he was able to do in Anaheim with a not so big Montreal market. Compared to Philly, Philly's a big market. It is. It's what I mean? Like Philly since the 70s, they're a big hockey market in the States. So he can't hide. He's going to have to perform. And so it's going to be a challenge for him, but I think he's able to do it.
Yeah.
him and Michkov, they could do damage. I definitely think you're going to see Matvei Michkov and Trevor Zegras play together. But I look at that trade, Zook. I look at the Mason Marchment trade to Seattle. I'll start with this. To me, my dream is if the Canadiens are able to trade for Mason McTavish.
Yeah, it's not going to happen though now because
it's not going to happen.
Zegras.
There you go. There you freaking go.
Archetype of a player.
Just that trade, dude. The Ducks have $36 million in cap space.
There you go.
Like,
Massive.
they're going to be able to afford Mason McTavish.
100%.
They're going to be able to afford Leo Carlson when his contract comes to an end, his entry level. You know what I mean? Like, so that's off the table. But then I see Mason Marchment going to Seattle. Seattle has that to me is interesting.
What's going to happen to Beniers?
Well, Beniers is under contract. He's got $7.142 million up until 2031.
Oof. And he's a second C there.
Well, who's the first C?
Well,
there's him. There's Chandler Stevenson. That's a centerman who is still quite a bit of a name.
I still feel there's something brewing over there.
But now there's Mason Marchment there.
Yeah.
And don't forget, 4th overall pick, Shane Wright.
Shane Wright, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
What are they going to do? Keep him as a third-line centerman?
No. But that's what I mean. There has to be something else going there.
I'm just saying.
Smoke out of the smokestack. There's definitely smoke out of the smokestack over there.
And look, Seattle has their own picks this year. They have their own first-round pick. They are going to pick 8th.
Yeah, it's a decent
8th overall,
That's a
which
decent
is
pick. Yep.
which is not so bad in a decent draft year. So to me, I'm wondering.
I would love Beniers. For our second seed, dude.
And he's not making more than Suzuki on the cap hit.
No, and you'll get your 20, 25 goals a year.
Dude, he won Rookie of the Year.
That's what I mean. Point. No, but he's a 20 to 25 goal scorer. For a second seed, that's fantastic.
So here, hold on a second. Let me go pull up.
I think he had 60-something points last year, right? Or he's like into 60.
Well,
points.
last year it was a bad year, but it was a bad year overall and he's only 22 years old. Like don't forget, he's still a kid.
Right. Dude. I think there's a lot of upside on him. There's a lot of upside on him.
24 goals in the 2022-23, 15 goals the year before, and 20 goals again last year.
That's it. He's a 20-25 goal. Yeah.
He's a 20-goal scorer. As a second-line center, I think...
I would take him right away.
And again, at the amount of money he makes, he's not making more than... He won't be... He's making more or less the same as Suzuki, as Caulfield, and as Juraj Slafkovsky. To me, I think that's...
And he fits within the profile that we were talking about, where these players could be within the core for a long time because they're the similar age group.
Yep.
Plus, he's still young. Actually, he's 22 years old.
Hey, he's still got
blend
experience.
And develop, and Marty with Marty and how he coaches. It could be interesting to have a player like that. Now, are they going to get rid of him? It sounds like they're bottlenecking at that position, right? So, what will they do with Shane Wright, Beniers now with Marchment?
Well, exactly.
Something happening.
I mean, mind you, Marchment has 1 year left on the contract, so we're gonna see how that pans out.
Yeah.
Well, he obviously, or I don't know if he's gonna test the market, but we'll see when it comes to that.
Yeah.
But I would look to inquire to see what it would
100%.
take for Matty Beniers. I really would.
The picks. That would give the picks.
I'd give a first-round pick, and maybe you throw in one of our defensive prospects in there. I don't want to mention Logan Mayou's name, but
or Philip Massar.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if they'd say no to that. They need defense a little bit more. They're not so bad up front. They're going to need a bit of defense.
They're not going to trade Reinbacker, that's for sure.
There's no way they're trading Reinbacker.
He could probably fetch a really good player, like in terms of return, but. They're not going to.
If they're going to ask for a defenseman, I think they would ask for Logan Mayou.
Yeah. Okay.
He made
AHL defensive.
He made the all defensive. What was the all first All Star team, the all rookie team in the minors.
We could use him though, man.
I don't want him to go either.
Fuck. I know.
Fuck. So
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like we're not getting Mason McTavish. Like oublie ça, mon homme.
Terrible.
By the
I would love him.
the other day was Saint Jean Baptiste Day. So
Hey,
bon Saint Jean
Saint-Jean.
à nos amis québécois, nos auditeurs québécois. It's funny, eh? 4 years ago to that day,
oh my God.
that playoff run, Arturi Lehkonen scores the biggest goal of, I think we could say, this generation fan base. You know, I mean, we haven't seen that since 1993. I still believe the year that Carey Price got injured, we would have gone to the finals if Chris motherfucking Kreider got traded to Anaheim. Doesn't run into him, but that's a whole other story.
But like you were saying before about how Florida Panthers, celebrations after the Cup win. It was big, right? Like they partied.
It was.
It's all over social media. There's funny memes and whatnot. But imagine had the Canadians won the Cup.
The magnitude of Montreal
within
would
this
be
current, day and age, if you will, with social media, dude. Come on, legends will be made even after the fact.
The magnitude,
dude,
would have been 3-4 times that, and there were a lot of people in Florida at celebrating. That beach was packed.
Right, but imagine here.
Oh, downtown would be insane.
All of Quebec, dude,
like Quebec would have to be shut down for the day.
I think so, for a couple days. But wow, can't wait. That's gonna happen sooner or later.
I believe so. Oh, it better, man, because
it's gonna happen.
And I think this draft, Zook, I think decisions made at this draft, I don't want to say can make or break the potential of building a cup contender, but we know that's their plan. We know they're
known this draft, eh? Like within the tenure of Kent Hughes and Gorton, I would say this year is more of an unknown year. Like we knew what was going to happen the last 3 drafts, and what was what were their plans and what they were thinking. I mean, who was drafting, whatnot. They did it to a T. They executed it. But now I'm really curious what's going to happen because, like you said, you're right. It could set them up. But I think next year is going to be the pivotal year, like next summer, because of the contract expiring, right?
So you got Kirby Dach's contract expiring. Well, then, Price's contract will be done. So what's he going to do? Gallagher and Anderson will have one more year after that. Yeah. Okay. So, but I mean, with that $10.5 million free in your books, plus the cap going up.
Went up, yeah. It's gonna be like 15.
You're gonna have to sign Lane Hudson. You're gonna have to sign Demidov after.
Yeah, I didn't think of the Lane Hudson.
Arbor Xhekaj is gonna go to free agency again. So there's still a bit of work to be done.
Well, that's what I mean. It's gonna be a vital summer.
Well, you're going to have Kirby Dach. Like I said, you're going to have Patrik Laine, we're going to get to later.
Right.
But, to me, I just get a gut feeling they're going to keep one draft pick and trade the other.
They'll keep the 17th?
I think they should keep the 16th and trade the 17th. So...
Well, it depends on who.
So, did you hear the latest rumors? Rasmus Sanderson from Calgary? So you know what I do? Hey, Calgary, you're picking. Where are they picking? They're picking 18th.
Right.
We'll keep their 16th pick, but maybe we'll give you your 17th pick back. I don't know. Can you imagine?
That'll be funny.
Dude,
here you go. Thank you.
Actually, the Canadians have 12 picks though.
I know.
There's no way they're using them all.
No. Well,
okay, you know what? No, dude, screw them. If Trevor Zegras and Mason Marchment could be traded for second-round picks, dude, fuck that. Take our second-round picks, and we keep both our first.
Well, like I said, it depends on who. Yeah, right. So that trade definitely set precedent. So
if but if they do that, I get the feeling they're not 100% certain if Logan Mailloux is ready.
But Sam, you don't think the GMs know that Kent Hughes is somewhat desperate in a sense? Not desperate like on his knees, but they know.
No, I don't think
they know what we need and what we have, and their ask is going to be accordingly.
Well, dude, I think because they know we have such an incredible pool of prospects.
We do, but that
they're gonna ask for the Canadians to overpay with one of them.
100%.
But they know to say no, and again, it's unless they truly believe that Rasmus Andersson could fit long term. Mind you, he's 28 years old. He's probably in peak shape. To me, I see him like he's an Alexander Carrier that's just bigger and that could score a couple of goals. That could score maybe 10 goals.
We need shot blockers, man. We need shot blockers. We don't have any.
But that's the other thing. Like, are they looking to go get the young, maybe a younger version of a David Savard?
What's his minute like? His time on ice last year. What was his average? Because if he could eat up a chunk of time, because Savard was playing a lot at one point.
Oh, that's a very good question. But I think Rasmus Andersson on Calgary, he was definitely a top two.
Yeah,
he was definitely top two. If I could I'll pull up his stats here real quick. Last year he was averaging time on ice. He's over 20 minutes.
That's what we need. Good.
He's averaging. Let's see here. He was averaging 23 minutes and 59 seconds.
It's massive. That's a lot of game, dude.
60 penalty minutes. Mind you, it was in a bad Calgary team, minus 38 though. But
whatever. If he was playing a lot of time on ice, it's normal.
Well, that's exactly that, right? 163 shots, the most in his career, which is not so bad.
How many points?
31
that's
in 81
good.
games.
That's very good, very decent.
He's got 3 power play goals. He's got 9 power play points. Like he's probably a bit of that kind of like under the radar two-way defenseman, like a bit of like maybe like the way Mike Matheson is for the Canadiens. You could probably slot in Rasmus Andersson
probably
in
better
there.
Defensively, though. More Matheson's more like an offensive.
Probably. I mean, minus 38. I have to go check Mike Matheson's.
I don't know. I'm scared. Chris, where is he?
That's one of the rumors, and I think another one of the rumors were Claude Giroux.
I never liked that guy, to be honest.
He's like the real life Youpie if he comes with that orange beard.
Oh man, yeah, he's definitely the same hair color, man.
So
well, where's he from again? He's from the Ottawa.
Well, he's a Franco-Ontarien.
Yeah. Okay.
So his family's in the Ottawa area, and if he can't get a deal done with, apparently they're still in discussions. But if he can't get a deal done, he might consider Montreal just to be close to home.
Well, that's if they offer him.
You know what? I'm gonna go.
37 years old though. Jesus.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, well, that's the thing. So, you know who I'd rather get? It's not gonna happen. But you know who I'd rather get than Claude Giroux as a second line centerman, older player. I'll give you a hint, and he played for the team we hate the most.
Older player.
He's younger than Claude Giroux, but he's still a bit of an older player. He's not in his 20s, and he was a centerman for the team that we can't stand the most.
Centerman.
Yeah.
We can't stand the most. On the Leafs?
Yeah.
Which line?
Well, he was the second line centerman of that team. It's not going to happen, but I actually wouldn't mind if they were to offer him.
Who?
But he's John Tavares.
Oh, Tavares. Johnny T. My God. Yeah, I don't think so either.
It's not going to happen, but I would actually think John Tavares would make a good fit on the Canadiens.
Is Stamkos on the trade block?
Oh, I don't think so. Actually, maybe. But here's my thing, though.
He's just going to ask for this.
He's still under contract.
He's still under contract, yeah.
Yeah, like he's at like $8 million.
Yeah,
and like.
Because him and Marty were close, right? Like he was
Marty mentored him. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
35 years old. He's not that old.
Listen, I say John Tavares just because. Yeah. One, he's left-handed. Two, like the guy works hard. Like, say what you want about the Leafs, like he's probably the only one that works his ass off every shift, and he's left-handed. Like, we need left-handed centermen on this team.
It's gonna help that like Demi-Dog and whatnot.
Christian Dvorak is not coming back. I'll be shocked if he does.
No,
but he's not coming back.
He's not coming back.
John, look. John Tavares, he's asking for like $8 million. And apparently he's still in discussion with the Leafs, but they're not even close to a deal.
$8 million a year,
I think $8 million a year ish. I don't know if it's cap hit or a year. That's why it's not. I say it's not going to
I
happen.
don't think they're going to sign him.
Canadiens.
Yeah. No, but I don't think Toronto's going to sign him too.
No, they're how much do they have left? Dude, they got to pay Matthew Nyes too.
Yeah.
Like there's guys that they want to sign too, right? How much do they have here?
Yeah, I think Tavares is gone. Dude. I really do.
I mean, I don't know if he's gone per se, but it's they can't spend all that. But I mean, look, they got $25.7 million in free cap space.
It's pretty decent.
It's not so bad. Look, the Canadiens only have 6, but they're going to put Carey Price's contract on the LTIR, so it's going to go up to 16.
What a mess. 6. What a team.
What a mess. And we still managed.
What a burgie. And we still made the playoffs this year.
Just saying. So
baby.
I'm just saying. So
Tavares would be nice though. Like yes, but he would never.
Would be. It's just not going to happen. But he's someone I would
trade for Stamkos. Come on now. I would like Stamkos, bro.
Now, you know who I would like instead, and this Marco D'Amico on Twitter.
He's good with his mistakes.
He's very good.
Jeez.
It's never going to happen either, but at only $5 million cap hit till 2030.
Okay.
And this team does not, I'm more than certain, just double check here, this team does not have a first-round pick.
Okay. That's
to the Florida Panthers.
Okay. They don't have a first-round pick? No. Because they
don't have a first-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
I would try my best to go get Anton Lundell from Florida.
How old is he?
23 years old.
Okay, yeah, he's like doggish. Yeah.
He's a back-to-back Stanley Cup champion, centerman, like a good 200-foot centerman. If you look at some highlights, like they scored goals because of him.
Yeah, right. He's a cerebral.
This is something I would try. If Florida needs to re-sign Sam Bennett, if they want to bring back Marchand, if they want to bring back Ekblad,
he's definitely, if that's available, yeah, dude. Will they accept the first round pick? I'll give them 2 first rounds.
And if you can't get Anton Lundell, go get Aaron Ekblad. You wait till he reaches free agency if he hasn't signed with.
He's going to ask a lot, though.
Man, I think you could pay him. You could pay him $6-7 million at 29 years old.
He's going to ask for more than that.
For 4 or 5. If you could sign him for 4 years.
He's going to ask for more than 7.
Maybe I'm daydreaming. I think he's going to ask for more than 7.
I think we're closer. You're more right about the possibility of getting a Lundell.
Oh fuck! If Florida does that, I don't know. I don't know. You throw in.
You brought up an interesting point. They don't have first round picks. That's huge.
Yeah, well, they got rid of them. Yeah, but they want.
They need to start thinking about recycling. Getting the new pipeline building, if you will. They can't just live off fucking Bennett's and the Marshands and all the other players.
They don't have a pick this year. They don't have a pick next year. And they don't have a pick. They don't have a first round pick in 2027.
That's a good observation.
But they won their cups.
Yeah, they did.
They won.
But as an organization, they want to look at the future. Like they don't want to just be like
they're looking
Pittsburgh is right now, or where they're going.
They're looking to win now. Well, look. I'm not even.
They won now.
I'm not even going to throw Sidney Crosby in the mix because he's got to waive his no movement clause until that happens.
Waive it to Montreal, but it's never going to happen.
I don't know. I don't know. We know Malkin is playing 1 year left, and then that's it.
I wouldn't get Malkin. Russians is off their prime. I don't like.
Dude,
we saw how Kovalchuk was, and Kovalchuk.
Dude, Kovalchuk was insane when he came. Dude, Demidov worships Malkin.
I know.
So imagine
he likes him more than Ovechkin, which is a funny thing to say.
That was hilarious.
I think he said on purpose, but yeah.
Probably.
But no, Gino's gonna ask for a lot of money too. I'm sure.
He's retiring after. Baya, he's done. He's 1 more year. He's gonna call it quits. Hall of Famer. Speaking of Hall of Famer,
we're not gonna get that. Kent Hughes wants you young. He wants another.
But not just that. He wants guys that are gonna fit the mold long term.
Correct.
Like for sure, Gino Malkin. We're just shooting names out there. Could fit the mold short term. 1 year. Crosby for 2 years.
Crosby has more life in his.
Claude Giroux for a year or two. you know what I mean? Like maybe John Tavares for a couple of years, but I really think they want, if they could get a 28-year-old veteran at center who could still play,
We know
they need to judge that could still play up to the years 33, 34. Hopefully by then they
if
contend.
they're healthy. Yeah.
Well, that's another thing too, right? Like they're not, the Canadians, Kent Hughes and Jeff Gordon, they're not deviating from the plan. Like some people are there thinking like, oh, well, if we trade for this second line centerman or this right-handed defenseman, they're accelerating their plans. No, they're not. No, they're not. It's just finding that other piece that sometimes you need to acquire via trade instead of drafting. And that's okay too. There's so many teams that did that. And look what happened. They ended up winning cups. Fuck, Florida's one of them. Tampa Bay's one of them. Although Tampa Bay, when they were winning, it was a mixture of development in Syracuse, which was amazing, and the guys they acquired via trade.
They had a great team, Syracuse.
So look,
it's interesting.
At pick number 16 and at pick number 17, I have a couple of prospects here that I would like to see the Canadiens draft.
Are they from the States?
Probably not. No.
Okay, so the OHL?
Well, and the QMJHL.
Which is odd because the Q hasn't been producing any sort of players.
Well, I really think Caleb Desnoyers is going top 5.
Wow, that's good. It's good to hear.
Yeah, so I have here, I have Bob McKenzie's list, okay, because he came out with his final rankings, and he's got Caleb Desnoyers at number 5, and Utah holds that pick, the Utah Mammoths. That could be, but there's James Higgins there from Boston College, and one thing that Arizona Coyotes organization, Utah Mammoth, now they like drafting their NCAA players.
Right.
So, but if Caleb Desnoyers falls in the laps of Danny Briere in Philly, can you imagine that? Caleb Desnoyers with Trevor Zegras and Matvei Mishkov.
Right.
Dude, that is...
I don't know.
That could be dangerous.
Yeah.
But
I just don't know who the Habs are going to pick there. It's so weird. It's a weird draft class.
I think I would be happy if they draft Justin Cabonneau. I think it'd be cool to see a Quebecer getting picked by the Canadiens. Yeah, that's okay. I think they could build two wingers.
Like, is he?
Dude, 89 points in 62 games with 46 goals. I mean, Blainville-Boisbriand, they didn't really have a good playoff run, but he had a great season. Him and Desnoyers, they were one of the best players in the league.
I don't know. I'm scared.
What are you scared of?
How many times do we see players from the Q that have had their 100-point seasons and they went nowhere?
Well, I mean, is Joshua Roy going to go nowhere with the Canadiens?
Honestly, I'm not too thrilled of his last year and the last few years in terms of development. He hasn't really been able to pierce.
I don't think they know what his role is in Montreal yet.
I think so too.
They know his role.
Even in Laval, he hasn't been.
Well, Laval, he had a top 6 role. Yeah, he's over 20 goals. Like Laval, he's a top 6 player, but it's his consistency. But I don't think they know exactly what his role is on the Montreal Canadiens, like in the show.
Interesting. Yeah,
like is he a third line player? He's a cerebral player. Is he a penalty killer? I don't know if they know yet. He needs to show a bit more grit, and that's what Justin Cabonneau has. Justin Cabonneau has grit. He's got balls of steel. The kid.
That's important. Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's 6'1". He's got to pack a bit more pounds too, but he's not a small kid.
Grit is what Gordon wants. That's for sure.
Well, they need it. They need size. He's at 6'1". Like he's not massive, but he's not small either. Like we need guys over 6 feet. Like look at Florida, the way they want with their big guys. You know what I mean? So they have to. This other one, this Lyndon Lakovic, like he's a big kid from Moose Jaw, 6'4", 58 points in 47 games in the WHL. Kashawn Aitchison, the defense, 6'1". This guy is like another Arbor Jack guy type, but with a bit more he has a bit more of a scoring touch. 26 goals. Like, put Arbor Xhekaj and Logan Mailloux in one. I think you get this kind of. I think you get this kid. Problem is he's a left-handed defenseman, and we have way too many of those.
Yeah.
But if we were to draft a centerman, I would hope that the Canadiens could land Carter Bear.
Okay.
Carter Bear with Everett, 6 foot, 82 points in 56 games, 40 goals, him as well. There's a few guys, though, like, it's not the strongest draft ever.
There's
but
a lot of WHL guys.
Oh, dude, it's there's so many Canadian kids up there. Like, there's there's not that many Americans and just a couple of Europeans. Like Anton Frondel will probably go top 3. If he lands in Chicago, dude, Chicago and San Jose got screwed over by the Islanders, man. It's crazy. The Islanders, like, they're gonna draft Matthew Schaefer, but I think San Jose was hoping to land him because they have him and Sam Dickinson. However, San Jose at number 2, if they draft Michael Misa, him and Macklin Celebrini together, and Will Smith, not so bad either, man. I'm just saying. Like, they're and Chicago, but Chicago probably wanted Misa too if they were getting the 2nd overall to play with Bedard.
Bedard, yeah.
But now watch Chicago. They're gonna tank this year so they could draft Gavin McKenna, Bedard's cousin, next year.
That's insane.
Watch.
You think they're gonna tank? Yeah, that's.
I have a feeling. I have a feeling, but
they haven't made any sort of team improvements.
No, they went and get Spencer Knight in goalie, so at least they think they got their goalie, and I hope it works out for Spencer Knight in Chicago. But we'll see. I mean, dude, look, he's gonna leave no stone unturned, right? Can't use Jeff Gordon, and this is something I cannot wait to see on Friday. Like, if they're gonna make a splash, are they gonna do it a day, 24 hours before the draft?
Could they do that? Yeah.
They could do whatever the fuck they want.
So now that it's going to be virtual, right? Like, it's going to be, it's not going to
decentralized, yeah,
or decentralized, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm curious to see how that's going to be with, like, deals done on the day. Like, how are they going to air it? Like, you know how you see them on the phones? And,
yeah, they're going to be on the phones from their.
And there's still going to be a clock, like a timer.
Yeah, like nothing changes except they're not going to all be together.
Okay.
They could call it out from their head office in whatever city they're from. But then apparently the 2026 draft is back to your regular scheduled programming type of draft. Like, it's all the players and families are going to be there. I don't know why they're doing this decentralized. I personally love when the kids are there with their families, their friends, at the crowd, the fans too.
Last year's was fantastic. Yeah.
Dude, it was sick at Vegas and the big whatever the big sphere at the Sphere.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
So yeah, no, I'm these are the names of the prospects I hope the Canadiens pick. Like I said, I don't mind Justin Carbonneau, Carter Bear for sure. Maybe some underdogs too. Like, maybe, I don't know if Malcolm Spence is gonna be. Maybe he's gonna be there lower. I don't know. Mind you, he's going to Michigan, so he's gonna be playing with Michael Hage. He's going from the OHL to the NCAA, so that's going to be pretty interesting to see. Yeah, I don't know.
And there's nothing that, like, Kent's been hinting of who's looking at, or like.
Well, I mean, this Kashawn Aitchison defenseman, he never met up with him, but he apparently he spoke with him a few times during the season.
Oh.
So I don't know. The only thing is, again, it's like another left-handed defenseman.
Right.
Like,
I know.
Damn it! Like, can we not get a fucking right-handed?
Fuck.
Anyways, I personally think, because I mean, Demidov was your big forward that you draft the year before. You drafted Ryan Backer. Like, are they going back to a defenseman this year as their first-round pick? Holy, I don't know, but if either is just trade,
bring it home.
I don't know. The pro scouting better do a good job, but
I'm not worried about the scouting, man. I'm not.
Two more subjects I want to touch on, and then we'll call it a day. Patrik Laine, apparently there's rumors that the Canadiens want to extend him after the draft is done. Would you?
No.
Okay, why?
I don't think the Habs need his unpredictability because you don't. There's a lot of unknowns still within his game. Yeah, we saw him come back from a pretty drastic knee injury, and you could have already seen there his skating hasn't been
The best.
On par, right, on his usual. Because even if he was never known for being a speedy skater, if you look at his highlights, he could have still, he still had a power to his game that he didn't have this year. I'm not saying he has a bad shot. He could still score 20, 30 goals, dude.
Dude, I think had he played an 82-game season,
he
would have scored 40.
Which is great, but is that what the Habs are missing?
I think if you do bring him back, you cannot bring him for more than $6 million.
And that's my next point is, yes, I'm sure. Unless he's willing to get a pay cut and he loves the Canadiens and he's willing to put in the effort and work.
And I would give him a 2 to 3 year deal max.
He's gonna ask for 4, dude.
I would. I don't think you're far off of that because he wants to be.
He wants stability now at this point of his life. How old is he now? He's 28.
No, you can't blame him. You can't. He's 27. Yeah,
27. Let's say. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be big. Look, his next contract or his next move is going to be his last team until he retires. In terms of his last contract, if you will. Of course, if there's trading and whatnot, but I think this is going to be his last contract. So he's going to ask for at least 4.
4 years.
4, and if let's say 6.5 to 7 mil a year, is he worth that?
Well, maybe for his power play as a power play specialist, maybe. But if that's all he's going to do and he's going to play third line minutes only, you know what I mean? Like I know we're paying Gallagher $6.5 million for playing a third line role, but he was on the power play too. You know what I mean? Like it's. Are you going to give a Gallagher type of contract extension?
I don't know.
But here's the surprising thing to me is that the talk is already there when he hadn't played a full season yet. Can we not wait till he plays this next season?
Right.
And I understand he wants stability and he wants to be taken care of. Every player does. But I find it's still a bit too soon to do this.
I agree.
Maybe it's just me.
But I'm really looking at him this camp. I'm really looking at him to see how he plays.
Oh yeah, everybody will. Him and Kirby Dach too. Those two guys,
Kirby Dach especially, yeah.
Those 2 guys that have 1 year left on their contract, the Kirby Dach has no choice but to come in this training camp. And Jeff Gordon said it. He has no choice. He didn't say those words, but he said he needs a big camp for sure. Yeah. And I'm rooting for him. If they don't find that centerman, I'm rooting for him still. I really think if he plays with Demidov, maybe something magical could happen.
Definitely possible, yeah. Look,
you want to say something, yeah?
No, I didn't have anything else to say about this, but yes, no, on Doc, I've never doubted him. Mm-hmm. I just don't like his prone to injuries.
Yeah,
and I could say the same with Gouli now. It pisses me off, but Gouli and his injuries, it's becoming too synonymous with his name. I'm not saying he's a great defenseman. I think he's one of our top, future guys, if you will. But the same with Doc, dude. We just need a string of 40, 50 games of no injuries and see how he could play. Really,
I totally agree. No, I totally agree with you. If he could stay healthy. If he could stay consistent, but again, I'm just so worried that knee injury is gonna kind of prohibit him from having a strong off-season training, conditioning. That was the issue,
dude. I was at the game when he got injured, and it was nothing. It was a nothing move.
Yeah,
he just fell a little weird, and it looked like anyone else falls, and he gets up and he can't.
But I mean, it's still, man. You get him the bench like that by Jared Tenorti, who's not a small guy.
No.
I didn't think he would have gotten injured like that. I did not think much of it.
Right, even that one was and it's just so frustrating. Right? We all know as well.
He does. Well, he was a third dude. He was a third overall pick. that World Junior that he was playing, man, like he was a head above everybody, and then he
Right.
gets that fucking wrist injury. He was above everyone. He was destroying everyone. You could tell the difference of caliber was different.
Wow.
He was ahead, and man, no, I get it, but we'll see. I still think he's better as a winger, but if we don't get any moves done, I think we're gonna have to make do with him and see what happens. And maybe him playing with Demidov might help him.
It might spark, right? It might spark something there.
I think so. That and I think this is probably like my last chance. Hopefully, it motivates him to play a lot better, and I think it's possible. I think it could happen, so I'm hoping. Last subject: members of the Hockey Hall of Fame have selected the new inductees. And amongst them was not Carey Price, who was eligible for the first time. Even if he is under contract, he hasn't been playing for 3 years, so he was eligible. But we will say congratulations to 2 members from the Builders category, Jack Parker and Danielle Sauvageau. And then on the Players category, Jennifer Botterill. I can't fucking pronounce her name. Brianna Decker. Fucking Big Z, Zdeno Chara from Boston. I don't think Habs fans are happy about that. Duncan Keith, 3-time Stanley Cup champion. Long overdue, Alexander Mogilny. And Jumbo Joe.
Jumbo Joe Thornton.
Habs, congratulations to all of them. Habs fans, I still don't. I think somewhere deep inside, I really had the feeling that he wouldn't make it. Like I'm wearing this Canadiens t-shirt that I'm wearing has the Carey Price name in the back.
Too soon, right? He's still under contract.
Yeah, but Shea Weber got in while he was still under contract.
Good point.
So,
but it's Shea Weber.
But come on, Carey Price was
no, I know, but
arguably the
Shea,
best.
Yeah, no, for sure. But Shea Weber, he was a leader amongst men.
The Hockey Hall of Fame is not just what you do in the NHL.
Exactly.
Like Carey Price won the Calder Cup with Hamilton Bulldogs. He won gold medal World Junior. He won gold medal Olympics.
Look,
he won World Cup of Hockey.
So next year,
Vezina, Hart Trophy.
You won
Jennings,
everything but the cup.
Stanley Cup finalist.
You won everything but
Stanley
the cup. No, you're right.
I think next year, though.
What's your reasoning? Why do you think he got snubbed for this year? It's just maybe because of the congestion?
Well, I mean,
a lot of players.
Well, I mean, I think one of the rules are it's 4 men, 2 women. So obviously that kind of limits, but the women that go in are obviously deserving. Look, Duncan Keith, say what you want, 3-time Stanley Cup champion, 2-time Olympic. I'm pretty sure 2-time Olympic gold medalist. At least he's won 1. Like. Norris Trophy winner, Conn Smythe winner. The guys won it all.
Yes.
Zdeno Chara, Stanley Cup champion. Played for so many years.
Won it all.
He won. I think you could kind of have the same argument for Carey Price with Joe Thornton, but I think Joe Thornton being one of the top 10 players ever in this league, played for a long time. Him too, gold medalist, first overall pick. Stanley Cup finalist, I think, at least once in his career. I mean, you could have argued, the argument could have gone for both ways between Joe Thornton and Carey Price. I truly believe, I think Joe Thornton was just because the longevity of his career.
Yeah.
I think that's why he got in over Carey Price.
Okay.
Like, Jason Spezza was one of them, and no offense to Jason Spezza, but I actually like Jason Spezza, even if he was an Ottawa Senators. Don't think he's there just yet. I think Carey Price deserves to go there before him, and I think we will see that next year.
Good.
And Alex McGillney, but like Alex McGillney, it's been years that there's been a massive debate as to why he's not in there, and we could go with the political.
Whatever.
We could go with the whole Russian political reasons why. Anyway, whatever. I don't want to get into that because it's all political bullshit. Just keep it out of sports. But anyways,
I agree. No.
But that's that. I'm a big believer we'll see Carey Price in the Hall of Fame next year, 2026. So. I'm calling it right now.
No, yeah, I think so too. There's really no question about it. It's a matter of time. So,
well, that's it, boy. That's all I got.
Man. So,
will I be seeing you at the draft?
Friday.
Friday,
Possibly.
draft day. Maybe we'll do something. Maybe we'll go live on YouTube and you'll catch our reactions.
Oh man,
Might be there for a while, up until picks number 16 and 17.
We'll see if Joey could make it too. Like
Joey better wake the freak up
I don't
early.
know what world he's in, but
whatever South Korean world he's living in, he better wake up for this. We need him there.
Yeah,
I'll make sure he gets the message.
I'm more looking forward to see if we trade, if anything.
Dude,
apart from the drafts, I don't know really the players that well enough.
I just truly believe I think they will trade. We have too many picks, and does it make sense to draft back to back? Maybe, unless they really evaluate these prospects are part of the future that they could be role players, play on the third line that could cause damage. Hey, then you know what? They got my support as a fan, but I'm curious to see, dude. I think they could make a splash that we haven't seen yet.
Kent is going to play the cards that get basically presented to him, right? So he's dynamic.
He's probably one of the best poker players amongst general managers in this league.
And he has the benefit of having a person beside him that is very knowledgeable as well.
Jeff Gordon too, and he was a past agent, dude. I still don't think we're underestimating the importance that Kent Hughes was an agent. So now he knows both sides of the coin.
He knows.
Oh man, I love it.
He knows how to read kids. He knows how to read people.
There you go.
He loves the game, and he's a squirrel. So,
and he's a what?
He's a squirrel. Apparently, Gordon called him a squirrel.
Is he? I don't know what the heck that means, but we'll leave it at that. All right. Well, then, once again, folks, thank you very much for tuning in to this episode of the Curfew Boys. We look forward to seeing you guys on draft day. Hey, man, tell us your thoughts in the comments below. What you think the Canadiens are going to do? Are they going to trade? Are they going to draft? Are they going to trade and draft? Who the heck knows, but we cannot wait for it. Friday evening coming up. Looking forward to it. Thank you once again watching us on YouTube. Click like and subscribe. Click like and subscribe. It is absolutely free. And share it with your friends. Click, not lick, with your friends. I can't edit that part, but
you could lick your space board, maybe.
No.
Your space key, your mouse.
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for that. Episodes available on audio formats, Apple Podcast, Spotify. Please, once again, leave an honest rating and review. It's the only way we could feel the love. A big thank you to our sponsors, Haps Cave and Mike's Barbecue Rub. Give them a follow on Instagram. You can follow the Curfew Boys on Instagram, Twitter. We're very active on those two. Facebook, TikTok. And that's pretty much the social media accounts that we can handle. So, Zook, thank you so much. Enjoy your day.
You too.
Enjoy the pool. It's still hot in Montreal. Get the barbecue going.
Beautiful.
Why not? We'll see you at the draft, and hopefully the rest of the boys can join us. Until then, bye now. Good